we're about to do a tour of a home, and I'm going, shh. Why is that? Come on in and I'll explain it to you. So, yes, absolutely. Shush may be the new thing I say when I'm showing homes. I didn't think I'd ever have to say shh, but here's the thing. In today's world, it not only impacts the viewing, but it impacts all different aspects. And that's what we're going to talk about in today's video. Welcome to Halifax Real Estate. I'm Brenda Kay. This is the sweet Miss Frankie right here beside me. I love today's technology, and I do embrace it as much as I can, albeit not as adeptly as the younger generations. But the one thing I don't like is the lack of privacy that it has brought to certain areas of our world. And one is viewing homes. A lot of homeowners have electronic doorbells, which from a safety point of view are amazing. But they are also a listening device and a watching device. So for all the years that agents have been touring homes with buyers, the buyers and the agents felt free to make comments about everything from the finishes, the details, their opinions of the price, feeling confident. Don't even consider that the homeowner might be listening. Remember, the home makeover shows when they first started, and they would have the hidden camera after doing all the changes and everything, and they would pick up all the comments for the buyers. I love those shows, and that was my favorite part. Well, the thing is, it's not just a TV show anymore. This is a reality in today's world of showing houses to potential buyers. And it's not just the doorbell. There are monitoring devices all through people's homes today. We have cameras at our cottage. I mean, I know when a squirrel runs in front of a camera. Now, mine don't pick up conversation, but I could add that feature if I wanted. And I'm not even a techie. I didn't need any special instructions to do this. I didn't even have to leave my couch, for God's sakes. All I did was go on Amazon and order the system, and it was at my door 2 days later. So as soon as I walk up to a home and I see the electronic doorbell, I go into shh mode. I had one home lately, we went in, and the potential buyer noticed right away there was a surveillance system through the whole house. And he asked me incredulously, he's like, do you think they're watching and listening to us? Yeah, they probably are. Or it's being recorded and they will watch and listen later. So here's an actual true story that was just happened in Calgary. So a Calgary realtor drank directly out of the container of milk in the home that he was showing. Now, I don't know why he drank directly from the milk, and he was actually fined $2,000 because guess what? The sellers were watching. Can you imagine how they felt? So they put in a complaint, and the seller was fined for his behavior. But hey, that's a thing in today's world. That's the reality. Now, I'm not saying all homes that have a doorbell system have a system throughout the whole home, but it does give pause to always be on the alert as to what you say. A buyer may make a comment right outside the front door on how, in their opinion, the exterior of the home is ugly, but they love the location. So what's the seller going to hear? He's only going to hear that he called his home ugly. Now, if this is the home my buyer wants me to negotiate a good deal for him, the seller's already feeling insulted. And don't play into the line, oh, it's not personal, because to a seller, it is very personal. So how do we adapt in this kind of environment? Well, we go through the home, we make general comments, it's fine, it's nice, love the kitchen, love the decor, right now what are the schools like in the area, and so on. But any comments that could be construed as negative, impact my negotiation strategy, questions on what we can ask for, they should be written down. When we're outside the parameters of their surveillance devices or left the property altogether, we can have a frank discussion. Is this the only area of the purchase of the home that is impacted with surveillance? Wait. Now, we've secured the home under a conditional purchase and sales agreement, and we're there to complete the home inspection. This is an integral and critical condition that conversations, comments, and opinions during the time the buyer, the agent, the inspector in the home will determine whether the sale moves forward at all. Whether we need amendments, which the sellers may not be happy with. And again, a lot more time is spent in the home for the inspection versus the initial tour of the home. So a lot of comments are made by all the parties. It's almost like having the seller's home while you're touring or doing the inspection. So comments from the inspector verbally versus what is actually in a report that a buyer sees may vary. So you can imagine a seller hearing an inspector casually say, "Oh, it's broken, but I wouldn't worry too much about it." Well, that's a subjective comment. The buyer sees the item on the report and he is concerned. Something that is minor to one person is major to another. Now, the agent is trying to negotiate a fix or a credit for this item, and the seller has heard the inspector say, "I wouldn't worry too much about it." Well, the seller doesn't know diddly squat about the buyer. My little pup here is really moving around today. But he's going to make a judgment call on his response to us based on what he heard. Do you think the seller is likely to fix the item or issue a credit? I don't. Would you? So what do we do? Sellers are perfectly within their rights to have surveillance cameras in their homes, and they don't have to disclose it to potential buyers and agents coming through. As realtors, me for one, as soon as I see the doorbell, I know we're likely to be recorded at least on the outside by the door. So I go right into shh mode. I'm back to having a notepad and a pen I give to my buyers to make any notes. Jot down any questions that could affect negotiations, even negative comments that could be construed as an insult or taken personally or affect our negotiation position if the seller hears them. And here's the thing. Can you imagine a seller hearing what is a very common conversation between an agent and a buyer when touring a home? "Brenda, what do you think this home is worth?" My response may be, "It's overpriced by this amount of dollars." So the seller's going to take that personally, right? Or what about this comment? "Brenda, I love this house. It's our dream house. It's everything we've ever wanted in a home, and we have to have it." A seller's agent hearing that from the seller, they're going to be like, great to negotiate with. Talk about having the inside scoop on my buyer's motivation. Now, is there a downside for the seller in this also? Sure there is. Because as agents, we've all shown homes where our buyers love it. They are literally placing furniture, planning family events in the big country kitchen, and everything they say is glowing. The seller's on cloud nine. "Here's my buyer, I'm going to get full price or more." And the anticipation of the call coming from their listing agent, "Hey Joe, I've got you a full price offer with the best terms for you." Well, as experienced realtors, we all know that 2 hours later, the buyer may have decided, "Yeah, you know what? This is not the home for them." They got overexcited and they moved on. Well, that is such a letdown to the seller, isn't it? This is our world today. Technology, as good as it is, has also robbed us of certain privacy aspects in our world that we took for granted, especially boomers and seniors. So we adapt our habits to make sure that we are always protecting our buyers. And if that means, shh, here's your pad and pen, then that's the way the real estate home buying world is today. I'm Brenda Kay with the Halifax Home Selling Group, and this is the very rambunctious Miss Frankie this afternoon. If you like our content, please hit subscribe, make our day. We love putting these videos out and keeping you informed of all things real estate and Halifax on the Halifax Real Estate Channel. You're thinking real estate, think Brenda Kay, and we'll see you in the next video. Cheers.